L'Arche is creating a world where everyone finds a place where they belong. Hi, I'm Toinette Parisio. Jeff Gilbreth and I are the regional leaders of L'Arche, Ontario.
And I'm Andrew Bartley, Principal of Platinum Leadership. It was our great pleasure to facilitate L'Arche Ontario's strategic plan.
The story of L'Arche begins with Jean Vanier, who was distressed by the plight of people with intellectual disabilities living in institutions. In 1964, he invited Raphael and Philippe Seux, two men with intellectual disabilities, to live with him in a small house that he called L'Arche after Noah's Ark.
This small community grew quickly, welcoming individuals with intellectual disabilities and young adults from all around the world.
We really live something quite extraordinary. People with and without intellectual disabilities, of different cultures, different ages, living together and building relationships where each gives and receives from the other. That is an incredible school of the heart.
L'Arche has expanded to become a global federation of 149 communities and 20 projects in 38 countries. L'Arche Canada includes 29 communities, 9 of which form L'Arche Ontario. Having consulted widely, the leaders of the Ontario communities chose 3 priorities for their strategic plan: servant leadership, outreach, and mission and growth.
First, we committed to integrate and actively live servant leadership throughout the region and in each of our communities, supporting us as we live our identity and mission with compassionate hearts.
In L'Arche, we talk about mutuality. We talk about the relationships that we have with each other is not supposed to be a one-way relationship, that we are all weak, we are all disabled, we all have a place of brokenness. Just because a person may not be able to read, is that really the biggest issue at hand? Am I loved? Sometimes you can get caught up in the day-to-day, getting up in the morning, helping people get up, having breakfast, going off, doing errands, cleaning toilets, washing floors.
I love the moments together. I love being together over meals. I love going on walks together. I think that those moments of being together in community are the things that make my heart sing, that I really need very much.
If you don't stop once in a while to kind of reflect on, why am I doing all this in the first place? Servant leadership is a way to help center us, and it's centering us in the truth that we are called by God to be fruitful, and servant leadership is an expression on how we go out and be fruitful.
Second, L'Arche Ontario will actively strengthen its capacity to announce the mission and core values of L'Arche, to advocate for people with developmental disabilities.
L'Arche is not there just for itself, but it's to have an impact on society and to build a more compassionate society. And it will impact the leaders of tomorrow. Through outreach, we meet young people in schools, co-op students, university students, people who are the leaders of tomorrow.
We talk about relationship. It's at the heart of who we are. Outreach is one of those mobilizations of embodying our mission. We're talking about not just our folks in community, we're talking about how our folks in community are in relationship to those outside of our community as well.
Third, we will embrace deeply the core of our identity and mission as we explore new expressions of L'Arche in Ontario.
L'Arche has a strong history in homes and programs, but we're discovering new ways to take the values and the experience of L'Arche and to have it expressed in new ways.
By identifying concrete steps and benchmarks in its 3-year plan, L'Arche Ontario is responding to its mandate with transparency and accountability.
Ultimately, L'Arche Ontario is the sum of its people: core members, assistants, leaders, board members, volunteers, friends, families, donors and partners. The work requires each of us to contribute for the benefit of all.
If L'Arche was sort of pulling on your heartstrings and you thought, I could do that, I'd like to check that out, my message would be come and see. Come and have a meal, come and hang out, come and experience it. You'll get enough in, a few hours to be able to know if this is something for you.
We invite you to join us on this path of service in the footsteps of Jean Vanier. Together, we will strengthen our voice and build a responsive, diverse presence in our province and participate in a world where everyone belongs.